Hi, Vinny with Shelter Cove Marina. This is an orientation of your Sylvan L-Series pontoon boat. In this video, I will go over the essential functions and key features that you'll need to know out on the water. To get started, let's go over the boat's battery power. In the rear of the vessel, you will find the dual battery system. On the battery switch, the off position is when the boat is not in use. For normal operation, turn the battery switch to the on position. This will turn the boat battery, battery number 1, on, along with the engine battery, battery number 2. The boat battery is separate from the engine battery. If you drain the boat battery, simply start the engine and the boat battery will charge. In the event that the engine battery dies, turn it to the parallel position, and this will parallel both batteries together, and you'll be able to start your engine on the boat battery. Once the engine has been running for a minute, turn it back to the normal position on. The number 1 position is for using one battery only. When you're done using the boat, turn it to the off position. There is also a few breakers and fuses back here. The 2 fuses are accessories on this particular boat, and there is a main accessory breaker. The black button will pop out. To reset it, push it back in. Now that your battery switch is on, let's go over the helm. Here you'll find all your accessory switches. The master power will turn the power on to the dash. Nav and anchor lights will turn on your red and green light in the front of the boat and your anchor light up on top. Down will turn your anchor light on only. The center is off. Courtesy lights will illuminate the deck blue. Then you have your interior light switch, your docking light switch, which is 2 lights in the front that'll help you see while you're docking at night. Underwater lights if equipped, exterior lights if equipped, that will illuminate the sides of the pontoons. Bilge pump is not an accessory on this boat. Radio will power your kicker stereo at the bottom of the helm here. Pump is your live well aerator pump. It'll fill the live well in the rear of the boat. Bimini up and down is an option for a powered bimini, and you have your horn switch here. Next to it is a 12-volt DC plug. You could charge your accessories. And then you have 2 USB chargers for your cell phones. This has a tilt wheel. You push the tab on the bottom and the wheel will tilt up and down to your comfort. Going over the gauges, you have a depth gauge here, which is a digital readout of the water underneath of the pontoon. Your mile per hour gauge. Volt gauge, which is 12 volts when the engine is not running. It'll be 14.5 when the engine is running. RPM gauge and your fuel gauge underneath, and your engine trim gauge. This will indicate where the engine is either trimmed fully down or trimmed fully up. Going over the engine controls, you have your throttle and shift here with your trim and tilt button and your start key and kill lanyard. Before starting the engine, assure that the engine is trimmed all the way down. Next, you'll turn the key to start the engine, and you have a kill lanyard that you can attach to yourself if you feel like you're going to fall out of the seat. If in that case, it'll pull off and kill the engine. If this is not attached, then you try starting the engine, you'll hear an alarm and the engine will not start. Make sure this is put on. Also, if the shifter is engaged, the engine will not start. You have to have it in neutral. For shifting, simply push the throttle, the shift and throttle lever forward, and the boat will go forward. The center is neutral, and backwards is reverse. Underneath the helm is great storage and also where all of your breakers are located. If one of your accessories are not working, find the corresponding breaker. It will be popped out. Simply push it back in to repower it. If it continues, let us know. Now to go over a few features on your Kicker Marine stereo. You have a source and power button on top. That will let you select between FM, AM, weather band service, USB, Bluetooth, auxiliary port, or Sirius XM if equipped. If you go to the Bluetooth function and depress the button, you're in Bluetooth mode. To pair a new device, hit the menu button, go to enter pairing mode. That will allow you to pair your smartphone or an audio device with the stereo. Also in here, you can select device or disconnect your current device, or delete devices. For further information on this stereo, please refer to your owner's manual or online resources through Kicker. Now for your Hummingbird Helix 5, you're going to find a lot of great resources on Hummingbird's website, along with some video tutorials. You can resource your owner's manual on this as well. To go over a couple of the key features, this is your GPS view here. You can zoom in and out with the plus and minus keys here. You'll see a red distinction of where the boat has been. Plus you could pan out to the navigational areas and you'll see some depth contours. If you hit the view button, you can have a split screen. If you hit it again, you'll have your GPS on one side and your depth finder on the other. Hit it again and you'll go to a full screen depth finder. Once again, it'll give you the depth readout, the temperature, and your speed. And this is a split zoom on your depth finder. And once again, it'll bring you back to your main GPS. If you are panning around, just hit the exit button and it'll bring you right back to your boat. Again, further details will be on Hummingbird's website, and we're always available for further instruction on this. Now, under all of the seat cushions, you have storage. You lift up and pull out, and they fold down. They're double hinged, so they stay open and you can access them easily. In the front here, we have all your Coast Guard equipment. We have your 4 life jackets, flares, fire extinguisher, and throwable. Also in the front here, you have your anchor, chain, and line. Throw the anchor off and tie it off to one of the cleats, either in the front or the rear. The table here is removable. Simply lift the table off and unscrew the base leg, and you just have your base on the floor there. In this compartment here, you have your privacy curtain and your porta potty storage. Lift this up and unsnap here to deploy the curtain. You can snap it in place and you have a zipper door on the side. And porta potty storage is underneath, and you can slide it out as needed. Fold back up, simply snap this into place. It holds the bracket down, and close the door for convenient storage. To fold up your bimini top, you'll pull down on the bimini Release the pin, then pull off the quick disconnect at the bottom, lock it in place, and fold back your bimini. Now you can put the bimini boot on. You'll start with the center hole over the anchor light and zip it into place. For travel under low bridges, you can also use the shorter arms in the back and fold this down even further, and that'll also let you put the bimini boot on a lot easier as well. To redeploy it, pull the bimini top forward, clip in the rear or the lower quick releases, press the button, and lock them into place to make the bimini top nice and tight. Back here is your fishing station, which houses your live well and some tackle storage with tackle drawers. To operate the live well, turn the switch on at the helm. Open this valve until water starts to flow. It'll fill up until it starts to dump out the top of this tube. This will aerate the water so your bait stays alive. To drain, shut the switch off, untwist this tube, and the water will drain out of the live well. Here on the port side, you have lockable rod storage. You could store your rods inside here, close it, and lock it to keep them safe. Now your entry doors, you lift up to open, and lift back up and put into the locking groove. And back here, your swim ladder, to deploy, simply fold it down, and this will telescope out. Make sure after use you wash these with fresh water and occasionally oil them. With your new Yamaha engine, you have a 10-hour break-in period. During this period, you want to refrain from any water sports such as towing a tube, wakeboarders, or skiers. You also want to vary the engine RPMs. So as you're cruising, every 10 to 15 minutes, break the engine in at different RPMs. After the 10 hours is up, you can use the boat as you please. At 20 hours, you have an initial service that needs to be performed. When you come close to the 20 hours, give us a call and we'll schedule this for you. In the event of an engine overheat, you will have a steady alarm and the engine will go into power reduction mode and not let you go over 1500 RPMs. If this happens, shut the engine off immediately and anchor up if necessary. Let the engine cool down. Once the engine's cool, restart the engine and try running the boat again. If the overheat persists, then you'll have to be towed in. Do not run the engine while the alarm is sounding and it is in reduction mode. This will further damage the engine. This concludes the video orientation of your Sylvan L Series pontoon boat. From all of us here at Shelter Cove Marina, thank you for your purchase, and we know you're going to enjoy your boat. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us anytime. See you out on the water.